Welcome. This is Behind the Helmet, a great conversation about to happen with a beautiful lady. Let me tell you, the first thing we do here is game time. So why don't you sit back, relax, and see what this crew at Davasha Creatives Hub have in store for us. These guys are the worst sometimes. But let's get to see if Wambui is gonna beat the main Wambui. See you shortly.
So the rules of the game are simple. In this game, you'll be given a series of emoji that represent different events, characters, or concepts from the Bible. Your task is to identify the Bible story and give out the answer. You will be taking turns and you have 10 seconds to give out your answer. Each correct answer awards you 5 points. A coin is provided in front of you. You will toss it heads or tails to determine who goes first. All the best.
Thank you.
For this one, I need my glasses. Okay. Hi, Abasi. Coin toss, heads or tails?
Heads.
Head. Oh, hey, you're the head and not the tail. Come
Yep.
on. The last shall be the first. That's what the word of God tells me as well. Iko. Heads goes first.
Is that how you toss?
I
Okay.
tossed.
Okay, it's fine.
It always
fine.
stands on the head. Oh.
Tail.
Last one. Best of 3. Somebody, crew. What is it on? No, you should have just read it. Crew, someone.
So much.
It's heads.
Heads.
It's heads. It's right. It's heads. It's heads. It's heads. It's right. Let's go.
So I go first.
Lakini hiyo mbao lazima ndaichukua.
Usisahau.
Yeah, you're going first.
That's
Let's
it.
go. Best of 3. God wanted you to be fast. It's fine. In 10 seconds. What's the
Adam and Eve.
Yay. That's the story of Daniel, king and a lion. What is the lion and the king and prayer and clapping? Is it Daniel? Yes!
Yeah, nice. Noah. Noah builds an ark, floods, blah blah blah.
Jonah stomach fishy. Story of Jonah.
Going around the city 7 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
who was it?
Those people who went around the city
Who are
7
they?
times. I don't
Who
remember
are
because
they?
I'm on the
Can I
bench.
say? I know. Can I say Joshua and the Israelites going around the city of
Yeah,
Jerusalem?
7 times.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the walls came crumbling down.
The fall of Jericho. Oh, the
Yeah,
wall of
so
Jericho.
That's it.
Okay, but it was still Joshua.
So who
Half
gets a point?
Me.
No, I'm the one who gave you leakage. That is
Measure
people
leakage.
going around.
Next.
So whose turn is it?
You.
Jesus feeds 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread.
Well done. But Jesus also fed food. Okay, there's the Bible story. Moses and the burning bush.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So King David, Bathsheba, saw her showering. Yeah.
Is
that's the
it
story.
funny that her name is actually Bathsheba?
Oh.
This is the construction of the Tower of Babel and the languages they had to speak.
Yeah.
Confusion of languages. Tower of
Correct.
Babel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's me. I think Abraham, Isaac, I think so. Abraham, Isaac? No? What other story?
Me. Sheep.
Yeah?
Someone being chosen. What's a target about? So confusing. We don't know. David and Goliath. How? Hakuna. Hiyo umedanganya.
Hakuna, by the way.
Hakuna.
It's a lie.
Even the audience, please comment below.
Yeah, this is.
Ooh, is it my turn? It's my turn.
Yeah.
This is a story about the baby Jesus and the star and Mary being pregnant and the stable. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the
birth
birth
of
of
Jesus.
Jesus.
Matthew and Luke.
So, what's his story?
What's his name?
Finishing line. I have never seen the righteous forsaken.
Hey, come on, preach. Tell them about verses
That's
you know.
it. I don't know. Like someone finish line. I give up. I don't know. I can't.
Hey. Give me my own question, but are you giving
No,
me
you
my
answer
back
it.
seat?
Answer it.
Nipeni swali yangu kama hajui mpatieni jibu.
Wait.
The road to Damascus. Where is the sun
Okay.
coming in?
Yeah,
All
he
the
couldn't
eyes,
see,
He couldn't
yes.
see, right.
Acts
Acts
9.
9. Guys,
So-
read Acts 9. Okay, so...
Oh
this
yeah. Let me answer it for you.
No.
Oh, please.
Chicken and Craig.
Yes.
Who was Craig? No, the Bible story. Who was refused to eat a chicken and cried?
Can I answer? It's Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Yeah, the cock. Oh yeah,
The
before the
cock
cock crows.
Crowd.
Crowed.
Wow.
Peter denies Jesus. Yes.
And
Yeah.
me.
It's your turn. No, it's my turn. Oh, Moses in a basket and the king's daughter.
Next.
Yeah.
It is right to move.
Birth of Moses.
And finally, the winner of this
Huh?
is when Jesus broke bread and wine and washed the feet of the disciples.
Oh, so it's there?
It is the Passover.
No.
Not the Passover. Pentecost. not
Teacher,
Pentecost.
no.
I know. Last Supper.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, you helped me. Thank
That's
you.
it.
Woo!
Oh. And the winner is?
It's a
You didn't
draw.
tell us. It's
We
not.
both missed 1-1.
That's why the
And
bonus.
the winner is Kerry.
Ah, no! Impossible!
Wait.
What do you mean? It's not possible!
Wait. You can do this.
No.
Let me tell you, game time on this show will finish me. Rakegwere, if you didn't know my name is Wambui, at least now you know. Wambui, how was it?
It was rigged.
Kimeibiwa. But
Kirudio.
I
You need to
need-
open the
I need
servers.
to tell you the truth. These guys don't let me in. I had no, like, any...
No, of course I know you didn't know like what was cooking, but I'm like, how
I'm a
did those
because I'm a Bible
nini?
scholar.
What are you saying about me?
No, I'm saying when you
What are you
started
saying?
school, now you
Yeah.
are watching
Imagine, nakosaje emojis.
emojis. I know it is
Anyway,
well.
it was lovely.
It was lovely. And also just kujikumbusha some of these stories. I know for sure I need to go read Acts 9.
Yeah.
For sure, because
Road
your
to
story about the-
Damascus.
yes.
Yeah,
yes,
we're
me-
just like, what are those?
What are those things?
Yeah,
I love
I
it. But
need
there
to.
was a road though. Was there a donkey?
Yeah, there was a road, there was eyes, there was
If there was, was there a
just-
donkey in the road to Damascus? Oh, that's not the story. You see, I need to go read Acts 9. Let me not
facts
embarrass
wrong.
myself any further. Let me introduce our amazing guest today. As you can see, we are almost twinning in our teeth. But, oh boy, please introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Everything you do, don't introduce everyone you do it with, but introduce also the spaces you're in. Let people just get to know you.
All right. My name is Wambui. I think recently I'm thinking, how do I introduce myself? I'm adventurous. I'm an outlier sometimes. And I love living. And I'm excited about life. But aside from that, my recent title is
Come on.
I'm an auntie.
Oh, wow. But then she's super proud about this. Her relatives are making babies.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm like a legit
I
auntie.
love
Not
it.
still ya kutafutia. I'm a
Business
legit
legit.
auntie.
Yeah.
Yes, but I also, in terms of profession, my area is in communications. I am an international civil servant doing communications. So brand strategies, partnerships, campaigns, yeah, for local and international brands
Wow.
and institutions.
Come on. Hey, who else? Who else is in it?
Yes, and I also teach children in church. I teach Sunday school. No, now I'm in Nairobi Chapel,
Okay.
and it's not called Sunday school.
Quest. Is it still
It's called
Quest?
Quest
What
or
do you call
Next
it?
Gen, you
Oh,
know.
Next Gen.
Yeah, just those school, just your younger children who are going to be the next generation. They need to learn
Oh, wow.
about God and such emojis as
That's
well.
so nice.
Yeah, so and also BSF. I also teach kids in BSF is Bible Study Fellowship.
Yes.
So yeah, if you've been in Nairobi long enough and you're a Christian, you probably know about BSF.
If you don't know about BSF, you're not a Christian. Repent today.
That's not what I said, but yeah, I teach kids also 10-year-olds. I think in both
So cute.
fields.
So cute.
That in a nutshell is
But
me.
she's seated here in what capacity?
But I'm seated here today in the biker capacity. Yeah, I am also the vice chair of Women Bikers Association, which is where we belong.
Yes.
And it's an amazing community of lady bikers in Nairobi and beyond, not just in Nairobi, but beyond borders.
Yeah.
Like we have, recently I was just applauding someone who was our member all the way from Burundi, from Rwanda.
Come on.
So yeah, it's a community, it's an association that represents the interests of women in biking in the country.
I love it.
Yes.
And it's true. Like, let me just say, like these women, they work hard. Like sometimes I'm just an observer. I'm like, what's going on? Plan events, do events throughout a beautiful calendar all through the year. And you need to catch up because most of the WBA events are actually open at the rest of you to experience, and especially to women bikers. Well, boy, when's the first time you sat on a bike and you were like, this thing, Mimi, I'm going to ride it?
So now I don't even remember sitting on anyone's bike.
Okay.
It was just that place you get in life. You're like, okay, maybe now I have a little bit more money. Maybe I need to buy my first Beats. That's the time Beats were, the newest cars in town.
Beats
Yeah,
that's
it was the first small car that was feminine.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, no, that's cliche. That's boring.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me try something else. I'm also a cyclist, by the way, I forgot to mention.
Yes, we need to highlight that. She is a cyclist.
Yeah, I'm also a cyclist.
Major, like ule cyclist kwa cream de la cream was cycling.
Yeah, if you put it that way. But so I used to cycle. So before, sometimes you're on a certain hill, you're like, guy, this mdima. I'm like, can we get like an engine for this thing? Then I'm like, oh yeah, that's a bike.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's like a motorbike. But then now I was just like, I need to join this community. Not even join the community. I just wanted to be on a bike.
Right.
And then the only thing I knew is that I wanted a bike that has a big tire at the back.
Okay.
So I didn't know anything about bikes. I didn't know anyone who was a biker. I just didn't know anything. I just knew I wanted to start biking. Yeah. And then I thought like, I just need like 100 Gs.
Shock and behold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how the journey started. Then I knew just one person who used to be a biker, but yeah. So then I asked him a few questions. I went online and shout out to Jothefu and chat Joe and asked him, how this is a complete stranger.
Yes.
So I chat them. I'm like, I'd want to buy a bike. How do I go about this? And he was kind enough to give me responses. So I chat Joe and he introduced me to Akili.
Yes.
Akili Timam.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are my OGs,
Watus.
like my
I
first
love
people biking.
Shout out your big up on yourself.
Yeah, so yeah, then I knew I just wanted a bike with a no tire. And then my budget was also like at 100 Gs.
Right.
Then I get into it and I realize,
That's only
what's
for gear.
100,000?
That's only
What
a jacket,
is-
a helmet,
I know.
and maybe a glove. One
Yeah.
glove, not even with its partner.
Yeah, so I ended up getting a bike that was like 180 going to 200 Gs. And I was like, that's a lot. What do you mean 200 Gs on
Right.
just a bike?
Right.
But anyway, that's really how I started biking. So I did training at AA of Kenya. Did training at AA and then I didn't even finish training. She didn't say that on set.
No.
But
Cut and snip. Just kidding.
like, because I was like, my birthday is coming up. It was in February 2019. I was like, I need to get this bike. I did Kidogo training, then went and bought my bike. I got it in an industrial area. Joe came. He pillioned me. No, it was not Joe. It was my friend called P.
Yeah.
So he's the one who pillioned me back. And then now when I came, so now Joe came and now the whole biking journey began.
Right.
The confidence rides and all these things. So for me, I was just operating from I didn't know people who were biking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got in
I love it.
and met. Do you want to carry on this conversation?
Right.
And met like the most amazing
Right.
people.
Right.
Like it's like a gang. People have said, people, because you just belong. Like
do.
you just need to be on a bike and people just take
Become
you
your people.
in. They become your people.
Right.
Like people dropped whatever they were doing and escort you to work. When you're stalled, everyone is like, I remember one time Wakili told me, just get on that bike, go anywhere you stall, just call me. I'll come find you. Ah,
You're like, whoa.
I'm like, what? Anyway, I think biking, my first impression of biking was when I got in, and I'm going to refer to this because I also said I'm a Christian,
Right.
is the things that my mother told me about fellowship in East African revival and those things. You just needed to be saved and you would belong anywhere, you would visit anyone, you just needed to be saved. And that's what I see in biking, honestly.
wow.
Like, you just need to have a bike, you become friends with people,
Right.
you meet random people on the road, you can even meet a stranger and they're like, hey, let's stop up on Bele.
Yeah.
I've
And you
made
talk
friends
and you
like
catch
that.
up, yes.
Yeah, like some of my closest friends I have met on the road. Someone, I was just, riding, and someone realizes this is a newbie, and then they shield me from behind, and then we get somewhere. Shout out, Othi. Yeah, like I met him on the road. I was just riding, he shielded me, we stopped, and then the first time we stopped, he went, because I think he was proceeding on Thika Road. I was turning off at like Roasters.
Yes.
And so the first time someone escorted me, like an angel, shielding you and carrying you.
Right.
And then I went and I was like, who is that person? I wish I can meet them next time and tell them thank you. Then later, I think weeks later, now he knew where I drop off.
Yeah.
So he stopped also. So we exchanged contacts, nini, and yeah, I've said so much about biking.
No, but I love it so much because I always think I never met the person who rescued me in my first shamba on Bagathi Way. I fell down, and of course, cages are trying to come, and I'm just like, this will want to rob me, they want to beat me, they want to kill me. Like, but then when you see a two-wheeler come and he says, everyone, it's okay, she is with me.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
And it's strangers.
He never removed his helmet. I just know his name is Don. I don't know him. Like, to date, never met him again. And he escorted me all the way to Langata. And when he knew sasa nimeingia estate, akafanya beep beep.
Na akaenda.
That's it.
Angels, I'm telling you.
All around us.
Angels.
I love it. Wambui, you have done such amazing trips and you're so brave. Did you know you had it in you? Like before the bike? Because I'm wondering, who is this person?
I honestly didn't.
Yeah.
And I also keep getting surprised at what I'm able to do or what like I did.
Right.
I was just, okay. So, there's this quote that says, okay, let me just get back and say, I just had time. And it's good to listen to...
And money.
No, listen to this chronology.
So.
It's good to listen to old age wisdom when people say, you won't always have time and money at the same time.
That's true.
Those two quotes were told in high school. You might have money, not have time. You might have time, not have money.
You might have time and money, but no energy.
Yes. All these things. So I try and look at life in a very positive. I love living.
Okay.
So I was in between contracts. My contract had expired. I was out of work. My birthday was coming up. And I was like, now I'm here. It's been 3 months. I'm out of work. I don't know what the next thing is. I could as well, stay here and throw a small party. People come eat my money and go. Or I could do something. And I'm like, I don't know when the next job is opening up.
Right.
I can sit here and mice this money, live a miserable life right now, and then it quishas. So how about, Aki, this is bad advice.
No, it's good advice. It's great advice.
But I was like, you see, how about I spend this money I have right now. I spend it. I do a tour of a lifetime. It's memorable. It's, and then I'll just come and like, hi, Kerry,
Yes,
I don't have food.
Yeah, no, you just come, I'm checking on you. And if I'm eating, we eat. Right.
Because otherwise, So that's I had time.
I love it.
I had time. I was out of work. I'd have chosen to sit in my house and be like, oh my gosh, when will the next job come?
Right.
I had sent out applications. I had all these things. Right. Yeah, but then I was like, how about? So initially, I wanted to go to South Africa. And then I started mapping. And I was happy. I ride a 300 Benelli.
Right.
And I was like, it's capable.
It is.
Yeah, I just need to...
Absolutely.
Started mapping. Literally, this is a thought that came. It was during Ubuntu.
Yeah.
When did I do the ride? 2021.
Yes.
So I'm like, by the way, so Ubuntu happens like last week of January.
Yes.
And I was like, my birthday is on 16th Feb.
Yes.
I need to do something now that I have a bit of time.
Right.
So I literally took a week to plan. My planning was not, I don't think about things too much. So my planning was just about a week. I was like, okay, let me do SA. So I started mapping and I need to be somewhere nice by 16th.
Yes.
You know, so I was like, maybe Victoria Falls,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
But let me tell you, Tanzania is a continent by
On
itself.
its own.
Because you try 500 kilometers a day, bado sijafika kwa border.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, let's try something different. So I said, how about I do around East Africa? And then I thought, I have a friend who lives in Burundi. Many people would, I said, I'm an outlier. I try and do things that are not very ordinary.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, actually, let me do Burundi. So I mapped my map. Yeah. Then it started the
16th
journey.
of February, were you in Burundi?
Yes, I was
I
in
love
Burundi.
it. I love it so much.
I arrived in Burundi that day.
Party.
That morning.
What an accomplishment. And I won't tell you how old she was turning, but it was something quite significant. So it made a lot of sense.
Maybe I can just say it because I was turning 30. It was a good age to turn. And I wanted to at least do 3 borders. And yes, I did. More than 3 borders. Yeah. So I went to 3 countries.
This girl alone.
Yeah, alone.
If you're going to catch up on her story, she does try to be very active on @M.Murithi on Instagram.
Yeah.
But she needs to post more, and we need like a post interview for this part, because that adventure was an adventure of a lifetime. Like getting to a country, looking for a line so that she can be online, so that she keeps. Oh Lord. There's a place ulipotea for quite some time. Tell us about that. Just that part only.
So
right after this short break. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back. You're too interesting. We'll be right back after this. This is Behind the Helmet. My name is Kerry Kagiri. I'm hanging out with the amazing
Wambui Moretti.
Release your creativity into the world around you and explore your mind without limits at the only place that lets you do so. The Vasha Creatives Hub is the home of sugar, spice, and everything nice for all creatives. With a lens, a mic, and a little help, it's lights, camera, action on the go. A soundproof facility for your podcast, and the very first step to your own show with our state-of-the-art setup. Studio hire services at prices so low, photo shoots for all your occasions, and our green screen package is so unreal, there is no way you could say no. So, what are you waiting for? Head on down to the Vasha Creatives Hub on Thika Road, right next to KCA University, and get all your artistic needs sorted out. For bookings, call 0724 500 574 today.
Oh yes! We were right at that moment where a honey got lost somewhere in the middle of Tanzania. I had this story in passing somewhere. Please give it to us.
Let me try and crunch it.
Please.
So, of course, I was working with dates. Mm-hmm. I had kidogo time to make sure I'm somewhere safe by 16th of February.
Right.
So on the morning, so there's, again, bikers, angels. Some guy I was going to ride across Tanzania, and he said, actually, I have quite some time. Let me escort you. I know. So he escorted me up to a town called Singida.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's in Shinyanga district. You probably know Shinyanga. All right. GHC.
Anyway, what?
So on the morning where I was leaving, he was like, "No, sorry, work has come up. I have to go back. But please know that should anything happen, it will take me a day to get to you." Because he was going that direction. I was going towards Burundi. So then he said goodbye. The whole night had rained, so I had to start riding because, I had a deadline.
Yes.
So in the morning, we part ways. I'm in my gear. I was literally rained on the entire morning, about 300 and something kilometers just drenched in rain. That's like, for context, that's from here to Eldoret in rain. Anyway, so finally I got to a town, and, the cloud had lifted. I was excited. I was like, I was going to a town called Kahama, which I was told has gold. So I was expecting a big town.
Right.
So I get to this, like about 60 kilometers away, 60, 70 kilometers away. I'm like, I'm here in good time. It's like 12 or 1-ish. I'm like, I could even go beyond this Kahama town, this town. So So I got there, I changed. No, I'm not being rained on. The rain, it's not raining anymore. And I put on Google Maps. I place it on my phone. Then it starts drizzling a bit. I put back my phone in my pocket and I start riding. I asked some Boda guy, is this towards Kahama? He's like, yeah. So mimi huyo. I pata, it's an off-road. I start riding. So it has been raining. This is a graded road. So it's matope. But when you've been riding long distances, 60 kilometers ni nini.
Nothing.
So, and then pia uko roho juu, you're just gunning it, you're going. So I'm speeding, it's matope. So I go and go and go. And then I'm like, kwani it's not beginning to look like you guys sell gold. Like how it begins to look like you're approaching a town.
Right.
And I'm like, I should be like 70 kilometers in. So this is it. Then in the process of all that, I don't know what happened. Bike skid. I fell. The bike fell. And I think that was God telling me, chick, slow down, turn around.
No.
So I can't even lift my bike because it's heavy. When I stepped down, I realized how muddy it was. It was so, like it almost came halfway through my boot. It was so muddy. And I was speeding. The Lord had a covering over me. I was and my tires are not even like meant for off-road. They're just road tires. But I managed to do all that. Then I stopped. So I asked this guy, Kahama ni hapa mbele? Ni hapa mbele? Akaniambia, unaenda Kahama. Unaelekea Tabora. I'm like, so where should I be? So he tells me, so you go back like this. So I'm like, wow.
70 k's back.
Yes. So I have to go back. Like there's a turn I had missed. In total, I was lost for a total of like 100 kilometers. So I had to ride back. Now, after you have fallen, it's muddy. Your butterflies are just all over your stomach. I have to ride back. But I mean, I eventually made it to a petrol station. After it fell, I rode for a few meters. The bike, it stopped. I'm like, you can't get spoiled here. The bike just came off. Ikazima. I'm like, I am in the middle of nowhere. No tarmac. It's been becoming village and village and village as I went on. And remember what I was told? If anything happens, it will take me a day to get back to you, to get to you. Anyway, I had a mech on call. I called him. He's like, I'm like, I'm lost. My bike has fallen. It's raining. He tells me, okay, calm down. Any visible leaks, any visible breaks, nothing. And then we turn on the bike. It comes on.
That's the only way I wanted that story to continue.
Yeah, because even in my mind, I told myself, this bike is okay. Yes. There was no problem. Eventually, I found that it's because when it lay, the level of oil was like imbalanced. Okay. So it needed to get back and straight for some time. Okay, then for level. Yeah.
Okay, 3 biggest things that you want anyone watching the show to get to know about planning a solo trip. Like something you're like, I wish I knew this or the other.
I think I'd say, even just the idea of planning the trip, I won't say solo or not. I mean, just a trip outside, across borders, is to start. There's that quote, I remember now. I love it. Yeah, that, there's a quote that says, start trembling, start shaking, start whatever it takes, just start. We need to find that quote the right way it said. Right. Because that's how it felt on the day now I began the ride. Because, once you get the idea, it's always easy to say, yeah, let's do this. And then as reality dawns, you're like, apana.
What a guy.
Because even as days went by, just before the trip, my greatest concern, to be very honest, was I was like, Aki, my family is just like, like, what are you doing?
Why?
I was not in full disclosure. I told my mom I'm doing a trip around Lake Victoria. That's what I said. But it was around Lake Victoria.
Mom, now you know.
Finally, she knew. Yeah. But just that awareness of there are people who are really concerned. Me, niko tu sawa. Niko like, I can go. But then, so the shaking and was there. Right. But I started. But the moment I was on the bike, the moment I was in Namanga, let's do this. Let's do this. So anyone starting, wanting to do it, just start. It's possible. Okay. Just do it. Okay. And then there are things, like, they are very pro riders in this community. Right. And when they hear me saying, it's also important to have basic mechanics skill. at least know what is where.
And WBA is number one at planning this. Please check out the Women Bikers Association KE page.
There's one.
WBA KE. There's one upcoming.
In
Please
April.
join in and just come and get all these skills available for you. And we always get like top-notch people to come and do it together. So kutuanisha, I've done brake bleeding, I've done fixing the chain, oiling, of course. They sound basic, but it's not as basic as you think.
Sometimes it's just important to know what is what.
Yeah.
You know how they say at chicks are like, hey, babe, this nini is not niniing. Like,
What
you can't
is
even
the
be helped.
nini?
Yeah,
Yes,
that nini,
yes.
you know, at least know what it's called and what is connected to
Right.
where. Yeah, I'm naturally, the most stressful thing for me about biking is when I have to service it and just those mechanics. I can't wait when someone will come and that's their responsibility.
Oh, come on, someone. Someone, how
yeah,
are you
that's someone.
doing?
That's someone,
Someone, you are welcome to come. We
you're
are
welcome
waiting for you.
to take over the responsibilities of the
responsibilities.
mechanics of the bike.
I love it. I love it.
Anyway, yeah. So we're advising someone who is starting. Just start. Know a bit of mechanics. And then leave.
Yes.
Don't be too stuck up on I needed to be here by this time, or just enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. I absolutely love it. Wambui, you've talked about community and just the joy of meeting people, and that's part of the highlight. But just one word to someone who's a cager, who's watching, who needs to be more sensitive with how they handle their driving on the road and sharing the road. And even border guides who are watching as well. Anyone else, all the road users, even cyclists, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're doing this, demystifying the people behind the helmet, because the moment you're in a helmet, everyone is just like, watu wa piki.
I know.
You know. But
oya, mzee. Then you're like, sasa.
Like, oh, ni madam. My favorite is like when those stories, one time kids are very innocent. They're just like, apana ni mama, apana ni mbaba. Then I removed my gloves. Like, oh, akona cute, nilikwambia ni mama. But anyway.
But also, first of all, need him. Like need him.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, please know that it's just my means of transport.
Right.
It's either my means of transport, my means of unwinding, and I deserve to use the road. And aside from that, this is me. Like, if I'm not wearing this helmet, please know me. I'm someone's auntie. That's why I said I'm an auntie.
Imagine.
Like, I'm someone's sister. I'm someone's colleague, you know.
You're someone's friend.
I'm someone's friend. I'm part of a community of like, that's why I deserve to use the road. So please share the road. Don't harass us on the road. Don't,
Don't push people.
These roads are ours. All of us. We wish we were in countries where we have, lanes for motorbikes and cycling and all those things, because I'm also a cyclist. But because we don't have, we share what we have.
Absolutely.
Before we get there, as we continue creating advocacy and campaigning and saying that, we need those other roads. But before we get there, please share the road.
I love it.
Yeah.
2 seconds za kutuma salamu. Tumeenda, you're too interesting.
Nitatuma salamu kwa watu wote wa
WBA!
Women Bike Association and all women on bikes.
Right.
And all our brothers on bikes as well. Because, it's just a game changer when all of us are part of one community.
Cyclists?
My family, my mom. Yes, and the cycling community, which I'm also a part of, same vulnerabilities. We are pushed off the road together, and we have now recently started doing, shout out to Mama Cycling, where I'm part of.
Yes.
Initiatives together to just ask people to, you guys, share the road.
Right.
Share the road.
Absolutely. Let's share the road. Wambui, thank you so much. What a joy it is to host intelligent, beautiful women on this beautiful seat behind the helmet. This is Wambui Murithi. Follow her, EM Murithi. We're going to tag all her pages. We're going to tag on all the posts. So get engaging with her and her content as she continues. But right now, just a quick fire. Someone wants to know you. Remember, we are praying for somebody. So let them know who it is they're praying for. So what's your favorite animal?
Huh? Horses.
Oh, cute. Yes, she also rides horses.
Yeah.
What don't you do? Favorite ice cream flavor?
Peach Melba.
Oh, I love peach Melba too.
Yeah.
Really good flavor. Music genre?
Country.
Country itakuwa heaven. Please choose a
Mimi.
choose a genre that you will find in heaven.
Yeah, I want to. Who told you? Have you been there?
Sawa. Let's see. I like this one. This year ni wapi unaenda? Yenye hujatuambia.
Sasa sitaki kusema hapa hivi.
Utaki kusema hapa in public ufuatwe. Would you have a dog or a cat?
Maybe a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, but generally,
Not
when I have a family, we can figure out.
Okay.
But right now, I can't be like, I'm not going for a sleepover because I have a cat.
Oh. I need someone to cat
Right.
sit my cat.
Imagine.
Finally, final question I'm going to ask you. Your favorite hobby?
I think it's biking. It's a hobby and a means of transport.
AKA the most expensive hobby in this side of the Sahara. But that's been Wambui. Bless you guys.
Thank
Please
you for
like,
having
share,
me.
and subscribe. Like, comment. Please show her some love. Follow her. Follow WBAKE. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wambui is about to teach you something you need to know. Check this out.
So I'll be explaining how to jumpstart your bike in case it goes off. I've experienced it quite some time because sometimes when I forget to switch off my lights, it can drain the battery. So many things can cause your battery to go down. So what you do is, most important thing is you need to identify a slopey area. Then you put your bike on gear 2 and then you clutch in. The bike can move. It goes on kidogo. And then once you start going down the slope, you wait. I don't know what that sweet spot is. Yeah, it goes down the slope and then you release the clutch and accelerate. Then you should be able to. So that's the process. So you put your bike on gear 2, you clutch in so the bike can move, and then you accelerate. That's the tip for the day.